is Astro Reads with AMZN, and I am AMZN. And today we're doing Virgo's June reading. So let's get into it. I'm already feeling some kind of pressure in my uterus, my root. I don't know if you guys are worried about your security, or if you feel safe somewhere. You also could just be starting your period. It feels like that, like crampy. But I feel like this is about like stability or something, kind of finding your footing, or wanting to be in a new space, a new physical space. Let's see. What's going on for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? See if anything else wants. Okay. You know, this isn't bad. This is not bad. So the first card that came up was the Death card. So you might have Scorpio placements. You might be dealing and working around Scorpios. But things are coming to a close. Things are ending. You are at the end for something, but things are also beginning. And I feel like this is what might be making you feel maybe a little unsafe, or just not secure, or maybe just trying to find your footing. You know, with endings comes beginnings, and that means change. And though you are a mutable sign, Virgo, change still frightens you in certain ways, especially when you can't see how things play out. You know, sometimes we're able to see and plan. You know, we have the foresight to see, oh, this can work out this way, this way, this way. Sometimes we don't have that foresight, and a lot of the times that happens right at the beginning of something new starting, and at the end of something old ending. Right? So I will say that because of this ending and beginning, that you are in your energy to create some greatness, right? With the Magician here. You know, you are able to really look at the inner workings of things and figure out how to make them better, figure out what needs to be changed and moved and adjusted. And so do that. You know, that's the energy that you can bring to this new beginning, right? You know, letting things unfold so you can see, then you can hone in, right, and see what needs fixing, what needs to be changed, what works, what doesn't work, all of that stuff, right? And you know, with the Queen of Swords here, you really don't have kind of like time to waste. You want to get down to it. You want to get, you know, past all the fluff and past all of the kind of outside or additional things around whatever it is that you're doing and working on, and get straight to it, right? And this can be a little abrasive sometimes, so be aware of that, right? The Queen of Swords, she's strong, but this energy is also kind of restricting, meaning like, you know, there are blocks that are put up, keeping people at arm's length and things of that nature. So while I feel like you are doing this to protect yourself, and protect your ideas, protect what you are working on and looking to achieve, there is also, a vulnerability that is needed in order to accomplish these things. And so it's important to remember that, Virgo, that you don't have to spill all the beans, but it is important to just kind of be a little bit more open so that you're able to connect where you need to connect and with whom you want to connect, right? Yeah. And we have the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck here. So if you haven't been getting rest, I think that resting, incorporating that is another new thing that needs to start, right? Be doing more to give yourself rest. Doing more to sit with yourself and just feel and just breathe, right? Because there's still something that you're feeling that you might not necessarily be tending to because you're in manifestation mode, or because you're just kind of sealing off that part right now because there's things that you need to do and things that you need to get done. But I'm here to tell you to open up the seal just a little bit. Let some air come in. Let yourself breathe. Let yourself sit and just be there, right? Be present. And then make your decisions accordingly. Okay? Virgos. So, now let's see what's going on in love. For single and dating Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oops, what is going on with you all? What's going on for single and dating Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Alright. Let's see what has come up thus far. Okay. So first was the Page of Pentacles in reverse. You might be in a place where you are wanting to engage with folks. You maybe want to date and you want to see what's going on, but you might find that it's difficult to find out where people are, find out what's happening, where these opportunities are for you to mingle and engage with other folks. I feel like you also might be feeling like you're lacking a little bit. You might be a little hesitant to put yourself out there because you feel like you might not be able to offer all that you would like to offer someone right now. But I think with the Wheel of Fortune here, you could be dealing with Sagittarius. You could have Sagittarius placement. Pisces, Jupiter is also retrograding in Pisces right now. So, you might have a different focus as well. Focusing on your growth in the spiritual and creative sense. You might be focusing more on your spirituality and faith and understanding how you want to grow, right? Because that's what Jupiter represents, growth and expansion, where we're going to grow, how we're going to grow, you know. So it might be difficult for you to, again, see where those opportunities arise, but know that they do exist, and you can also create them for yourself when you have a little bit more faith in yourself, right? That's Jupiter Sagittarian energy too, like having faith in yourself, having faith in things working out the way that they need to, right? Letting go of control, because Virgo, we know you like to have your hands on everything. Letting go of control in that respect, you know, and I think that's also what the Page of Pentacles in reverse is here to say, like, let go of control, and even maybe, let go of some expectations that you might have, because you don't want to block the wheel from turning, right? At the bottom of the deck, yeah, we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. So, you know, you might be feeling even just like emotionally stifled, and maybe even nervous or unsure of what could come from you engaging and putting yourself out there. You might be, you know, afraid to potentially get hurt again, and excuse me. Even communicating, right? Even communicating can be like difficult. Sometimes communicating your needs, communicating what you expect, and things like that. So you might be like keeping that in. You might be stifling that. You might not even be listening to your intuition or anything like that, because it just maybe just doesn't feel the best. You know, you could also have some feelings coming up from previous relationships and previous experiences with people that are still kind of coloring your view of love and relationships right now. So it's definitely important to take some time to work on that, because that is how the wheel will turn for you. Okay? Yeah, because right after that, you have the Ace of Pentacles. So you just have to do a little bit of digging. You have to do a little bit of releasing, right? And communicating and opening up in that way with yourself, and being honest with yourself about things, so you can then pour into yourself in the ways that you would like to, and engage with others the way that you would like to, and not feel exhausted by it. Okay, and next, for the committed Virgos in monogamous or polyamorous relationships, what's love looking like for you? What's love looking like for committed Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Oh, that's beautiful. And what do they need to be more aware of in their relationships? What do they need to... Oh. Okay. I like this for my Virgos in relationships. The first card that popped up was the Ten of Pentacles, and this is beautiful, because this means that, you know, you're building foundations for how you want to see your relationship grow. You know, you could be potentially discussing family, you know, what that looks like for you and your partner or partners. Just feeling really good about what you've created for yourselves and the ways that things are working. You know, the foundation is strong, and you're able to really continue building and growing with each other, and that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And so the thing to be aware of now in your relationships is the Five of Swords in reverse. And so it's good that this came up in reverse, because that means that you're realizing that you don't have to be right about everything, right? And you're understanding what battles to fight, if there are battles to fight, right? Not everything needs to, you don't have to point out every single thing. And also, when disagreements occur, they don't have to be a point of contention to where now the dynamic is heavy, and the tension is heavy, and people are feeling like now they can't speak how they feel, or just feeling hurt in general because of the things that were said. So you're recognizing the value of peace. You're recognizing the value of releasing control and not having to nitpick at everything and make a comment about everything and say what could be better about everything or whatever, because Virgo, you can do that sometimes, and it makes it hard, or your partner may feel like, it's really hard to please you because it's just like not good enough, right? So be aware of those things. If you are still kind of in this phase where, you can be a little bit nitpicky or a little bit overly critical, like, check yourself with that. Talk to your partner or partners about that too. Or vice versa, if you feel like they're being super nitpicky with you and this, that, and the third, open up and say something about that, right? Because with the Five of Swords, there, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Swords. So, you're moving away from this kind of like pettiness. You see this little fire, and there's all these swords, and it's just like, it's just chaotic, and you don't need it, and it's unnecessary, right? So you're moving away from that with the Six of Swords. You're understanding that it's not about, again, being right, or it's not about proving a point. It's about maintaining the peace and recognizing what is worth the energy of starting a fire, right? Is it worth it? So I love this for you, Virgos in relationships. Yeah, because then you have the Three of Pentacles right after that, so it's still just building, collaborating, coming together, understanding how to work with each other. Okay? I love that for you, Virgo. So, let's get into money, career, and finance. My cards just like spill all over the place. Alrighty. What's going on for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in career and finance for June? I thought a card fell. It didn't. What's going on for Virgo? Career and finance. Okay, I'm just going to take all of those. Okay, so we have the Five of Cups in reverse here first. I like this because I feel like this is you not really tripping up on things that might not be working out, as far as maybe ideas that you have, or even how you feel about the work that you're doing or the money that you're spending or making. I just feel like it's not, you're not getting like caught up in what is lost or what is gained. You are just very much kind of being there and making certain decisions. But we do have the Knight of Cups in reverse right after that. So I do feel like the other part of this is now trying to find what you really do connect with, what really does drive you to, create this thing or to invest your money or to be in this line of work. I feel like that's why you aren't really tripping up too hard, because you're also still like kind of realizing or recognizing where you want or how you want to connect with your work and how you want to connect with where you're putting your money. Because then right after that, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And so I do feel impatience here. Like, it does make you a little antsy, right? Because again, you like to be able to see how things play out. You are very methodical in that way. But because it's kind of difficult to like understand how you're connecting with things, it's kind of difficult to be patient about that, because it's not quite clear yet. So you might be making some hasty decisions sometimes, and that could have you feeling kind of weird. Just take some time, right? Take some time to figure that out. Take a little bit of time to ease up the pressure on yourself to hurry up and figure out and do all this and do all that, right? Sometimes it just takes a little bit more time. And that also requires you to sit with yourself and think about how you feel about these things, and what do you want your work to make you feel? What do you want, what you're putting your money in to make you feel? And so those things need to be taken into a little bit more consideration. Yeah, because we have the Six of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. And so, you might be still holding on to certain things as well, which is, again, making it difficult to see where you can connect with things and what ideas you really want to, you really feel strongly about and want to bring into fruition, right? Yeah, because then right after that you have the Two of Wands, and so you don't want to find yourself in a place where you're where things are sufficing, but you're still not pleased. You're still not content. You're still kind of thinking, is there more, right? So recognize what you still might be holding on to. Recognize what you haven't allowed to close out. See what, because we have the Five of Cups and the Six of Cups and the Knight of Cups here. So there's a lot of emotion going on. You might be shutting off your emotion, trying to concentrate on what needs to be done and the money and work and everything like that. But I say turn them back on. Turn them back on and see what you're feeling, right? Because that will allow you to make better decisions. You'll have more patience with yourself and the things that you want to see come to light, and you'll be able to let those things grow and allow the work that needs to be done. Okay? Okay. Now, lastly, let's get some advice from the Crystal Medicine Oracle deck. Any advice? Advice or last messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Any last messages? Any last messages for Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Any advice? Woo! Okay. I feel like these exact cards came out for another sign. I can't remember right now, but I think it's very, very much a messages that need to be seen. Okay. The first card that came out here is Teacher. The totem is Wolf. The crystal is Shatukite. I hope I said that right. And the number is 30, which breaks down to 3. So creativity, communication. Wolves, they're pack animals, but they are very much independent at the same time. And being in a pack and also being strong in who you are is important. Community is important. You learn from your community and you give back to your community and they give back to you. So think about the impact that you're having on yourself and then how that impacts others around you, right? Communicate. There's lots of blue here. 3, like I said, is the number of communication. So, some throat chakra work would probably do you some good, Virgo, because I feel like you very much keep a lot of things inside, even though you're a mercurial sign. So speak your truth, speak what's real, teach people how to handle you, right? Teach people what you require and be willing to learn what others require as well. Okay, it's not just about you in that respect. And then the next 3 cards that came out: Truth and Integrity. The number 32, the crystal is turquoise, and the totem is summer. We are in summer right now. There's a lot of light and illumination going on, right? 32 breaks down to 5. So there's lots of change, lots of growth, lots of movement, right? When you move with truth and integrity, you illuminate yourself and you illuminate anything that comes to you, even darkness. So if there is something coming to you that is, lower vibrational, that may bring you back into a specific place or makes you feel like regressing, remember what truth and integrity does for you. Remember to walk into that light and even in your own darkness, know that truth and integrity will always light the way for you. And then we have intention here. The totem is the staff. The crystal is pyrite, and the number is 18, which breaks down to a 9. So 9 is the number right before completion, right? And that is it's really like understanding all it took to get to this point, right? The intentional action that you took to get here, right, almost to this completion. It took a lot. And so when you are intentional about everything, then it leads you to the waters, right? It leads you to that newness. It leads you to that abundance. And that's why we have rebirth here as the last card. The totem is spring. The crystal is Shiva Lingam. And the number is 21, which is another 3. So this communication, this creativity requires you to tap into your receptive side, right? It requires you to sit with yourself and to understand what's happening beneath, right? So things can come and emerge and grow and be reborn, right? Just with death at the beginning of this reading, right? There's lots of things, new things happening, and that also requires a shedding as well. So do that work for yourself, especially now going into July and throughout the rest of the year. There's a lot that you can accomplish. You are very thorough. You are very smart and methodical, Virgo. But logic is not all there is to life, and feelings are very important, and they dictate a lot of what we do. And when we don't acknowledge what we're feeling, then we're being controlled by things that we aren't allowing ourselves to see, right? So open yourself up to yourself, do these things for yourself, and you will see how that then manifests outside of you. Okay? Thanks for tuning in, Virgos. I hope this resonated. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'm open for personal readings, and I'll leave all that information in the box below. I am also open to tips, so if you feel inclined to tip, my information will also be in the box below. And yeah, thank you all for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. And you know, we're gonna get the July Terrascopes popping in about like a week or so, because my brain hurts. So I bid you all adieu, and I will see you next time.